Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Dylan Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In today's video, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to talk about the Los Angeles Clippers. Most of you already seen the Los Angeles Clippers got eliminated by the Dallas Mavericks in a 7-game series. They got beat 4-2. They had such high expectations. Everybody thought they were going to go the whole way, at least get to the Western Conference Finals. At least they had Paul George. They got Kawhi Leonard. There was like the two big keystone players they had on the team. They added in James Harden. Russell Westbrook was brought in there last season. They had some solid role players from PJ Tucker, Norman Powell, and the list goes on. And somehow this team gets eliminated in the first round by the Mavericks, which, I'm not gonna lie, the Mavericks, when you look at them, they have two players and a couple of maybe some decent role players, which is why in a lot of people's eyes, everybody thought the Clippers, they should have very easily won the series. They were the home team. They were the 4 seed. They should have been able to take care of business. Clippers, it just seems like they struggle every single season. Are they ever going to get past the first round? Sometimes they do. They get to the semifinals, and then they just choke so hard like they had a fork down their neck for like they were Squidward. So what I want to do in this video, like I said, we're going to discuss the Clippers, but the big question is going forward is, are the Clippers going to be able to contain this roster? And why, in my mind, I think they need to break up the roster and they need to start over. And not exactly start over, but I'm just saying, they need to change things up, because clearly paying all these guys the big time contracts and trying to win with a bunch of superstars that some of them can't even stay healthy is not going to cut it these days. So like I said, I'm going to kind of break it down and give my opinion. So without further ado, if you're going to enjoy, as always, make sure you're going to drop a like on this video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. But without further ado, let's get into it. Now, first things first, every single bit of info you're going to be seeing on screen, I want to let you guys know it's going to be linked down in the description below. If you, every single link you're going to see down there, it'll be basically everything you see on screen. Now, first up here in this ESPN article, it was kind of talking about how like the Clippers owner wants to keep Paul George, James Harden, and Kawhi Leonard all together in the 2024-2025 season. Now, notice how there was one name kind of left out of that, and that was Russell Westbrook. And I understand it, Russell Westbrook, he's kind of past his prime. He needs to just go, in my opinion. Now, usually when teams bring in players, what is something that I guess you could say is an important thing for owners and even general managers to look at a player and understand, have you earned your money? Well, let's see. Have you won any MVPs? Have you been all NBA? Have you been a champion? Have you, even if not a champion, have you taken this team to at least maybe like the conference finals? Have you at least got to the finals? Even if you didn't win the finals, have you at least gotten there? Last time I checked, what day is it? Oh, that's right. They haven't done shit. Paul George has been very solid. Kawhi Leonard, when healthy, which is not very often, has been pretty good. James Harden has been a late addition to the team this past year, and I'm not gonna lie, sometimes he's up here, sometimes he's very, very, very much down here. And with Russell Westbrook, it's a hit or miss. I kind of see why they want to just let him go. Now, one of the things I do want to point out is the salary cap for the players. As I said, this will be linked down in the description below, this website here, spottrack.com. But as you can see here, the salary cap and the cap hits for all the players they had, and this was for last season, as you can see here, 2023-2024 active roster. You see here, Paul George was $45 million, Kawhi Leonard was $45 million, James Harden was $35 million, and then you go down the list. Russell Westbrook, obviously because he left the Lakers, he was at $3 million. He took a team-friendly veteran minimum kind of type of contract. Surprisingly, Norman Powell was $18 million, PJ Tucker was $11 million, and then after that, they didn't really have anything else. It was just a bunch of other, like, I guess you could say role players, but they weren't that good. Like, role players, to say these guys were role players is being nice. And as you can see, they were $66 million over the cap space, and they had they were in the tax. And I'm guessing the Clippers owner, he's basically at the point where he's like, hey, I don't mind paying the tax as long as we're winning. And that's the way a lot of these owners are. I think when this number is in the negative, as long as we're in the conference finals or even held the finals or winning the whole damn thing, I don't give a fuck. Where do I sign? Pay the money. I don't care. But if you're not making it out of the first round and this number is a negative and it just keeps going up and up and up, oh, we're going to have problems. Now let's take a look at the 2024-2025 season. Like I said, they are $103 million over the cap space, but only $1 million for the tax. As we can see here, Kawhi Leonard, $49 million, Paul George, $48 million. And as you can kind of see up and down this thing, Russell Westbrook is gone and James Harden would be gone. But there is some rumors out there that they are trying to possibly, like I said, possibly sign him back from what we just saw in the other article. Kind of looking at all that, here's kind of the way I'm looking at it. I would say this for the Clippers, from what the rumors have been kind of put out, they're trying to give him a new contract. Could it be like a 4-year, $220 million contract deal? I like that for the Clippers. I would like to see Paul George back in LA. The players I do not want to see back in LA. Russell Westbrook, like I said, he's got to go. Kawhi Leonard, I'm sorry, he's got to go. The fact that he's played like 50% of the time he's been there in the Lakers or been there with the Clippers, his knees always hurt. He can't stay on the court. Hell, the games that he didn't play again during the playoffs, they were winning. The games whenever he came back, they were losing, which doesn't make sense because it's like, hell, you were gone the entire time. How are you not even winning then? But like I said, the Clippers, when you look at them, they need their star players to be out there. And with Kawhi Leonard, he's barely ever out there. Like, as an owner, I'd be looking at it like, Why am I paying you $45 to $50 million for you to play half the season? I'd rather just go ahead and just let's strike this contract. And when we get to contract negotiating deals, I'm going to look at your agent and say, the fact that your client only plays half of his games, I'm going to give you $20 to $25 million and let's call it a day. The other player, like I said, James Harden. Like I said, there is rumors that they're trying to sign him back. We'll see kind of how those contract works. But if I was the Clippers, I'd be smart about it. Like I said, Russell Westbrook, he can walk wherever he goes, so be it. Kawhi Leonard, his time is coming to an end. He had a great run with the Spurs. He won again with the Toronto Raptors. He came to LA. Everybody thought he was going to be able to come to the Clippers and they were going to be like this next super dynasty. I'm sorry, it's over. Give it up. And James Harden, I really think he should just walk. Unless the Clippers see just something in James Harden that he could just be like a solid point guard. He can be a solid one. I don't really see that James Harden. He's still a solid shooting guard. That's kind of his main role. If I was the Clippers, here are my future plans that I would do for the organization. Like I said, Russell Westbrook, walk. Kawhi Leonard, walk. James Harden, I would see if we can get the money lower, and if they can get it lower, keep. If he's gonna come in there asking for the $40 to $50 million, bye-bye, big beard. Next up, you got to get decent role players in there. And it's not even just decent role players. It's you need a point guard as well. You need a solid point guard. Russell Westbrook was your point guard. That's not going to cut it these days. You need to look around the league through free agency or maybe even through a trade and get a good point guard. Not somebody that's up 35 plus years old. See if you can find somebody that's like 23 to 28 years old. Find somebody young that can come in there and be a solid. Just dribble down the court, get some assists. Maybe they get 10 to 15 points a game. Let Paul George cook. If Paul George can still go out there and get you 20, 25 points, hell, even 30 points. James Harden, if he decides to come back, like I said, on a cheaper deal, and he can still get you about 20 points, maybe 15, even if that, and then let your role players kind of help bring the energy, get the momentum going through your role players, because that's how you make an owner happy. If you're winning with your role players and you can still pay your big time guy, paying one guy $50 million, no problem. Paying four guys $40 to $50 million, you better win a championship or I'm going bankrupt. But like I said, tough loss for the Clippers. It was a bad loss in the playoffs. They're going to rebound. But like I said, they need to make some changes this offseason. Paul George, I would keep. Kawhi Leonard, the injuries are too much. I would let him walk if I was the GM. Some of you might call me crazy, but I'm telling you, why pay a player that much money if they're never going to be on the court? And when it comes to James Harden, if you can get the money cheaper, bring it back. If he's going to ask for a lot of money, it's not worth it. And Russell Westbrook, bye-bye. But I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully you guys did go ahead and enjoy this video. If you did enjoy, as always, make sure you're going to drop a like on this video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. If you wanted to watch the entirety of today's video, thank you very much. And like I said, if you have an opinion, do you think the Clippers do need to just blow it all up? Do they need to keep the roster together? Should they change things? Should they not change things? Should they keep Kawhi Leonard, like I said? Should they get rid of Kawhi Leonard, like I said? Should they keep him? Whatever your opinion may be, go ahead and leave your complete opinion down in the comment section down below. Be more than welcome to talk about with you guys. If you're a fan of the content that I do poster and you want to go and hit that big red subscribe button, feel free to do so. And do not forget to hit that little notification bell. Be notified second I post. But without further ado, this has been Dylan Talk Sports. Have a great day. Peace.